8K video. That's what you get when you download the latest update from DJI for the Osmo Action 6. Finally, you'll be able to record in 24, 25, and 30 frames per second using 8K on this awesome action camera. But wait, that's not all. There's also an awesome new upload feature, which allows you to upload your footage direct from your camera to your NAS or to OneDrive, Google Drive, and more. These are only a couple of the awesome new features from the brand new update from DJI, so stick around because in this video, I'm going to tell you all about them. So what's the big deal about 8K anyway? Well, basically 8K means you have 4 times the amount of pixels in your footage or in your image than what you do with a 4K piece of footage. With 8K footage, you're gonna have sharper detail and you're gonna have smoother textures. This is great if you are filming something which is going to get blown up to a massive size, like say bigger than 85 inches. Then you're going to notice the difference between 8K and 4K footage. With so many more pixels, it means that it's so much better when it comes to cropping. So say you want to crop in from a big massive image to something smaller, like just to focus on a subject or an object, it means you're not going to lose resolution the same way that you would with 4K footage. There are a couple of cons to consider as well when it comes to 8K footage. Not a lot of TVs and monitors or computer monitors actually have provision for 8K footage. And also, most people can't even tell the difference between 4K and 8K footage unless it's blown up on a massive scale. Another downside to consider is that the file sizes for 8K are going to be a lot bigger than what you will find for 4K. And it means that your equipment, or your camera in this case, is going to have to work harder, or the processor on the camera is going to have to work harder. And that's going to also result in increased temperature being emitted from your camera. So that's 8K in a nutshell. In short, if you want to have your footage seen on small screens and super large screens, then you might think that 8K is an absolute winner and an essential thing that you need for your action camera. But for most of us, 4K does an awesome job. And like I said, the file sizes of those 8K files are massive. Something else that's super exciting about this new update is the cloud upload feature, where you can actually upload directly from your camera to a cloud service like Google Drive or OneDrive, or even your own NAS or network access storage device. Now, this is a super handy backup option. Google Drive and OneDrive and the other ones are actually subscription services, but the cool thing is that if you have your own NAS or your own network access storage, you can actually upload footage from your camera via the Mimo app to your own personal network access storage location, which means that you're going to save some ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching money on things like subscriptions. All right, so first of all, go to the DJI Mimo app. Now we want to click on the profile icon down the bottom because we want to make sure we have the most recent version of the app. You go to About, and you want to make sure the version you have is 2.6.8. If you don't have that version, then go to the Apple App Store or Google Play and download the latest version of the DJI app. Now, you also want to maybe check for firmware updates. If it doesn't appear on that first screen, you want to click on where it says check for firmware updates. And then when you go back to the home screen, at the top, you'll see a bar which says an update is available. All right, so now we want to tap on the profile button again. And this time, if we have a look at the profile screen, you'll see how the second option under More says Camera Cloud Service. We want to tap on that. It's now going to bring up this screen and it's going to show us our cloud service options. So we have Google Drive, OneDrive, and we have NAS. All right, so from this screen, we're going to tap where it says NAS. It's now going to bring up the camera file upload settings screen. And what we're interested in is the SMB address and the SMB Mount Point Name. Now the address is going to be the IP address of your NAS, and then the Mount Point Name is just a folder which I've created in this case called Fun1, which is where my files are going to go from my camera via the Mimo app to the NAS. So I've got a Synology NAS, so I'm just going to jump in there now and show you how I found out all those details that I used in the previous screen. So So I'm going to click on Control Panel, and from Control Panel, I'm going to go down to where it says Network, and then I'm going to scoot up to where it says Network Interface. And now here under Network Interface, it shows what my IP address is. You want to make sure that SMB is enabled on your NAS though, that's very important. To find out that information, click on File Services and make sure it has the box checked or the box ticked where it says Enable SMB Service. Now if I get out of there and go to File Station, you can see where I've actually made that folder called Fun1. If we go back into the Mimo app right now, you can see there's provision there where you can put your account details and your password for your NAS, and also an option for camera network. Now this is where you actually select a Wi-Fi network, maybe your home Wi-Fi network or maybe your work one, so you can actually complete the upload. Now it's a good idea to also use the slider and choose auto backup as well. So what that means is that when your camera is plugged into power and it has files on the camera, it will automatically upload to the NAS in this case. That's a great option. Okay, so tap on Save Configuration, and then once this screen here appears, it's just going to tell you how the camera is going to connect to the Wi-Fi that we've chosen and disconnect from the Mimo app. And just check on the back of the camera to kind of see how the transfer is going. So now, once you've tapped Confirm, this screen is going to appear. It's going to have a bit of a brief rundown of all the details that we've input so far. So it says how we're uploading to the NAS. It has your NAS network configuration, your mount point, and the folder. Now, DJI device is a folder which the camera is going to automatically put on your NAS, which is where all the files are going to go to. When you're happy with that, tap on where it says Complete Setup. Now, from the back of the Osmo Action 6, we want to swipe down, and then we want to go to tap on the hex nut on that menu to bring up the settings menu. So from this screen here, we now want to swipe down until we find the option where it says Upload Management. So now we're going to tap on the arrowhead, and once we've done that, the Upload Management screen will appear, and the top option says Upload All Files. We have to tap on this one here. And now, as we can see, the camera now says it's preparing for upload. So if we check on the back of the camera now, we can see the upload status. And depending on how fast your Wi-Fi is and how many files you have to be uploaded, will determine how long it will take for the upload to be complete. Once the upload has finished, go back into your NAS, and if you go to that folder that you created, so it was called Fun1 in my case, we can see that there's the folder there called DJI Device, and that is where the camera, as we mentioned before, has stored all your photographs. So it's even created a folder named after my camera, and then now it's put all these files there under date order. Now if I click on, say, the first one there, which has the year, the month, and the day indicated, I can now see all the files that I've uploaded from my camera to the NAS. So if you want to change from the NAS to, say, Google Drive or Microsoft OneDrive, you need to go back into the camera file upload settings and tap on where it says Exit. And then once we do that, the Cancel Current Settings option will appear. And then to actually go into, say, Google Drive in this case, and then Camera Cloud Service, and this time we're going to choose Google Drive. So once you've done that, it's going to bring up this option here, this screen here, where it's going to say, okay, choose what Google account that you wish to have your files uploaded to. There'll be a couple of Google account screens appear, just giving permission for DJI Mimo to upload to your Google Drive, and then this screen will appear, which looks pretty similar to the one that we saw a little bit earlier on. So once again, you can check your name, check your camera network details, and then once that's all been done, we're going to click on the confirmation screen, and now it's going to go through the same process that we had before when we were uploading our files to the NAS. Once again, on the back of the camera, as we showed you earlier, you want to swipe down and you want to choose the upload management settings, and you want to tap on the option where it says upload all files. And if I go into my Google Drive right now, if you have a look there under the My Drive section, there's the folder there called DJI Device. If I tap on that, it's now going to bring up a folder similar to what we saw on the NAS before. And then if I click on that, it's going to bring up the folder that's just been created. And this one just shows the 3 files that I've uploaded. Very similar to what happened on the NAS a little bit earlier. OneDrive follows a similar process to log into Google Drive from before. So we tap on the OneDrive icon, and then we have to sign in to the Microsoft account. We have to sign into your Microsoft account. And it's going to bring up this camera file upload settings screen. Looks really similar to Google Drive, and then you just go through the whole process like we did before, and then we tap on complete setup. And once again, you want to tap the upload files option on the back of your Action camera. Once you're in your OneDrive, if you go to your My Files folder, you'll see once again, like before, we have a folder called DJI Device. Click on that, and once again, there's a folder which is has the same name as your Action camera, and there you can see a folder with the files that have been uploaded so far onto your OneDrive account. They've also added film tone for photographs. So you can actually do that with your video from the previous update, but this one here allows you to take some photographs and add your own quirky, funky style to those shots by adding some very cool filters, which can really add some nice old school vibes to your next bunch of snapshots. Another thing that's part of the update is the QS button, or the quick start button, now has some extra options that you can use. So with this update, they've actually added screen off as one of the options, and also zoom. Now these things are super handy little shortcuts that really help when you're out and about shooting with your Action camera. There's also a couple of updates in there as well to do with the macro and the boost lenses. Now, unfortunately, I haven't been a good boy this year and Santa hasn't brought me those lenses, so I can't tell you too much more about that. But I can tell you that gesture control has been improved. This is one of my favorite features. And currently you can use gesture control to take photographs and start recording and stop a video. But now you can also use gesture control when it comes to using your camera as a webcam and during live streams. Finally, there's also been some subtle changes to image quality priority. Now, image quality priority is a little new feature on this year's camera, which actually enhances your image quality by optimizing bit rates, noise reduction as well, to ensure that you get the best possible image or the best possible piece of footage that you can, which has the sharpest and the cleanest and clearest image. There are a couple of cons with using this particular feature though. It does actually use more power, and because it's using more power and the processor is working harder on your camera, it means that the temperature of your camera, or you're gonna feel more heat coming off your camera. So although it's a great feature, it's probably just best to use that option when you are really going for the highest quality footage that is possible. So there you have it. That's everything that's included on the latest update from DJI for the Osmo Action 6. What did you think of the update? Which one of those options was your favorite? Are you excited about having 8K video on your Action camera? How about that upload feature? Let me know in the comment section down below your thoughts and which feature that you thought was a winner, or maybe you thought was a bit of like, yeah, nah. In the meantime, if you want to learn more about Action cameras, accessories, all that kind of jazz, you want to click on this video over here now. Thanks for watching. I appreciate your company, and I'll see you in the next video.